Okay, so just learning the network basics and learning the SOC doesn't satisfy what do you say anyone's requirement that to get a job in SOC, but 90% of the people, as I said here, um, will aram se finish this. But the challenging part is here. That is like incident handling. I might be not good at spellings, just bear with me. Okay. So incident handling means what is incident handling means like if something some you have your system whatever you have created for the cyber security threat detection, okay, has identified some threat. Now what you are going to do from there onwards, whom you will be contacting, okay, what steps you execute. Say for example, say some kind of email spamming attack you observed, what you have to do after that. So sometime malware is actually by mistake someone has clicked in your office, okay, and you have got an alert because you have written some queries to detect them, okay, you will get some alerts. Definitely those things you don't take it into your mind as of now. Just think it as like a story that someone has actually clicked on the link, and once they clicked on that particular link, it is turned out to be a malware. So antivirus might have detected that particular alert, and immediately what you have to do from your side, is there anything that you can do, okay, because that alert you have received it, so and so system is actually infected with malware. So yes, you will be doing some steps like, is there any other system with this executable file, whatever that a user has clicked, some exe file, whatever the malware, whatever the user has clicked, is there any other system? So you will be having the logs from the different systems onto one system. We'll be getting into that in some time. Okay, and then after that, incident handling. Okay, so that is the incident handling, and this incident handling, it requires for you to learn in such a way that hands-on only. Okay, it's not like theory based. Also, you can learn it, but what I request is like you have once if you get into the job, okay, that also to be hands-on. So we'll be spending enough amount of time in if a malware attack happens, what you're going to do. Okay, if someone is trying to scan your network, means scanning means someone is like from externally over the internet, he wants to know how many systems we have. Do any of the systems are there with any softwares that uh, where his software which he has developed to attack on our machines, say for example some weakness in some particular Oracle database, okay, he'll be checking, he knows some bug in some Oracle database, whether we are using that software or not, he'll be keep trying to scan our systems and identify whether any weakness in our, like weakness means this kind of softwares which are not fixed it, okay, so is there that particular software version, anything is there or not, so he'll be checking like that. So those kind of whatever his scannings and all should be able to detect it by us, okay. Some guys, once if you leave out from the people, your office timing is for example morning 9 to evening 6, but there might be a chance some people who are attackers, when you leave out of your office, them if they are capable enough, they might reach any of your organization computer and they start logging into your system. So if they know the password, then still there is some technology called as user behavior analysis, means like some alerts will get triggered that usually this guy will leave the office at 6 o'clock, but I feel like suspicious this guy has he's not there in office because his swipe out time is some so and so time, and the user is not available, and but the login request has reached. So that means either someone physically trying to reach or someone through network someone is trying to reach. So that kind of things um, you are going to do some investigation. So these are the four important points that we are going to cover. Okay, so when it comes to the kind of job roles after you finish the course, if you are having, say for example, 1 to 3 years, 1 to 3 years, you might be like called as L1 role, okay, or 4 to somewhere around 7 years, or 8 years, 8 years, they'll be called as L2 roles, okay, and beyond that it will be like L3 roles, okay, but I'm purely putting it as let me put it, okay, I'm purely putting it as a SOC related thing, okay, but guys, we are not taking this training as SOC engineers. Just I would like to clear this. We are doing this as a cyber security analyst. Cyber security analyst will not only involved in getting the SOC related aspects, but also in incident handling and also some other security related, some specific for a team you will be serving as a security engineer. It's not like pen testing, but like what's happening to their system's health, what's happening to some specific, like some teams will be there in the organization, like some people will have the HR department. You'll be taking care of an entire HR department, health related aspects, security related aspects. So you'll be like analyst, like you are looking at the data and you are analyzing it. So that's why uh, if someone is using only the SIM tool, okay, in their SOC environment, okay, I'll tell you what is the SOC. SOC is, this is an organization, okay. In an organization, you'll be having a lot of computers. There might be small PCs which you and me use, or some big servers. Okay, so many systems will be there. So, and you'll be having firewalls, you'll be having some routers. Okay, so many things will be there. Okay, yeah, so many things. This is the router. Okay, this is the firewall. Okay, so now what is the thing? Okay, so this is a firewall. Okay, this is a router. Okay, this is a server. Okay, this is a PC. Okay, so these are the systems that are present in an organization, and everyone are connected inside the network only. If someone has to connect to the internet, they have to connect to the like systems to be connected to the firewalls, and then they have to other apparatus will be there, but I'm not displaying as of now, which are not relevant for us now. Now, if you have to connect to the internet, you will be connecting to the internet here, okay, and from there you will be connecting to, like if you want to Google, then Google is somewhere in the internet. This is a Google, and Google has got some network here. Some server is here, Google server. Whatever the web page you ask, it will go request through your network, like to go to firewall, and then firewall and all. I'll explain what is firewall, but just remember, and it will go to the router, and through router it will go to the outside internet, and internet there is some Google Office is also there somewhere in the cloud, and in that Google server is there. There your web page is hosted, that google.com homepage. Then it will be displayed back to you on your screen. Okay. Now, not only we do the communication to the external, I might be communicating from this machine to this machine. Okay. That is quite possible, right? In our college days also, like other system, there might be some programs written by some of my friends. And what I'll do, I'll just connect to that machine using the file sharing or something. Guys, give me a second. Someone has actually tried to reach me. Give me a second. Okay, where it went, I'm sorry, guys. So, sorry for that. Okay, someone trying to join. I think he also facing the same link problem. Okay, so this is different systems. Okay, so these systems, if they are connecting from one system to one system internally, or they are trying to connect to the internet through internet. Okay, when they have to communicate, it will communicate within the network. Okay, but whereas if they are communicating, they'll be communicating to the external world through internet. Okay, so now I have an option like to know installing the internet, I mean antivirus software here, okay, on these machines, okay, are updating some database in the router that which traffic to be allowed, which traffic should not be allowed. That is called as configuration, we say, but you just remember it as in a vague thing that some database will be updated, like which traffic to be allowed, which traffic should not be allowed. And here also some kind of configuration, or you can consider it as some database, okay, that tells that which traffic to be allowed and which traffic should not be allowed. Okay, that kind of already some security we are providing, but the problem is, okay, like you and me, okay, will not be there 24 hours. If I am a system engineer, okay, uh, say for example, I have my part of work is installing the antivirus on these machines and sitting at one more system and monitor what is happening antivirus. Say for example, that is my task. Okay, if any everyone is updated their antivirus to the latest or not. Okay, if they are not, then you send an email to them. Okay, and that kind of task he'll be doing. He will be working maybe some morning 9 to evening maybe 6 in the evening. So he's just monitoring everything like that. But all of a sudden, what he has come to know is like after once he leaves from the office, some next day morning he'll come and he'll open it. Someone is infected with some uh, virus, and that particular virus, some mail got triggered to him. Next morning you will go. But the problem is what happened entire night once the user, this guy, whoever clicked it, because of that particular thing, virus, what it might have done to that system. Okay, is it collected any data and sent to some server, or it infected the next machine by jumping through the network? What happened to them? So that particular part, these guys, they doesn't know how to do it. These antivirus people, they doesn't know. Okay, so that's why, or if you take this firewall thing, also the same thing. Someone by mistake changed the configurations or some database they have modified. Because of that, some traffic entered inside from the external world, who might be an attacker or non-attacker, but what he has done after entering, okay, that firewall guys doesn't know how to investigate and all. So these guys who are monitoring these things are also not able to investigate. Same way with the router. So what we are going to learn, whatever these guys do day to day, okay, all those skill sets we are going to learn. Okay, that particular skill set we are going to learn. If a antivirus uh, gets triggered, if firewall rules gets failed, okay, rules means like configuration which should be there is not there, means someone should not be allowed, or some traffic should not be allowed. If it is by mistake it is allowed, okay, don't worry about this, some of the concepts, if it is not I mean like entering into your brain, just avoid it. Okay, but just remember, if these things someone which they have to work, okay, if their task is not properly done, okay, you are the person who is called as SOC, which is security operation team. Security operation team. Okay, who are security operation team? Who has to take care of these activities, whichever the like monitoring, okay, monitoring your organization assets. Assets means right from the PCs, okay, and you'll be monitoring these guys machines also. Okay, who are like managing these things, right? They'll be like individually assigned, but you will be monitoring these guys, okay, how they are doing. Okay, instead of you individually taking care of these machines, you're monitoring these guys also, okay, and also these machines as well, okay. So you are monitoring what they are doing as of now. Currently, at this second, what they are doing. You'll be having big charts, okay. If you see something like this, let me open that. Here, talk, mission, control, okay. Let me show you some images. Okay, it looks to be something like this. Okay, any organization will have this kind of SOC machine control. Okay, security operations control room. Okay, like this. Some companies include the cameras and everything others as well. If you are seeing now. Okay, but some companies they'll be having only security, other physical security will be taken care by other, but will be mostly taking care of information security. So here, like the dashboards, see like some spikes are happening. Why it is happening, the spikes at this moment? Maybe the 15 minutes of timestamp they might have taken, like last 15 minutes what happening, or last 1 hour what's happening. All those things they'll be creating. These are called as dashboards. What do we say? These are called as dashboards. Dashboards means it can be a representation of pictorial or tabular format of data. Means top 10 countries from where my organization is receiving the traffic. Okay, top 10 countries from where I am receiving the traffic to my web server. Okay, top 10 users within the organization who are trying to access the internet from my organization, okay, to the internet. Okay, because I want to know if there are some servers which are trying to grab some upgrade packages and all, that's okay. But someone who are like not accessing some a patch server or anything of the Microsoft or anything, but they might be like browsing a lot, or they might be like sending the data to some server. Okay, and that is important. If you know them, who are sending the data and what rate they are sending the data per second. So it helps you to figure out some culprits within the office, like some malwares which are internally they're sending the data to the external world, or so all those things like are called as dashboards. Okay, so and also you can have some meters also, like here anywhere it is there, anywhere. Oh, yeah, it is not there. Yeah, some meters kind of thing, like some you see the bike, you will be having speedometer, right? Some similar kind of dials will be there that says like something what do you say, what is the current usage capacity of your web server, if it is like, is it reach 100% or it is 70% or 80%, that kind of things. Okay, just remember, this is called as a mission control or digital mission control, or you can say SOC monitoring mission control. Okay, so usually you'll be going and working in this kind of environments once if you get into this SOC role. Okay, here the people are cyber security analyst. Okay, SOC is a team, but they should possess the cyber security skills. Okay, analyst skills means they should have that way of thinking of like to give something from their side to the SOC. Okay, so that is called as cyber security uh, analyst. Don't say once after like you are working as a SOC L1 or L2, but you are a cyber security analyst. Am I clear with that, guys? Did you get what is the difference in between, guys? Everyone. Okay, I might not be. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone,
Yeah.
everyone,
Yes, right.
everyone say yes, 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 yes. Everyone try to give some response here. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, let's get back to our this thing. So this is a SOC team, right? So SOC team is monitoring the entire system. That's what I said. Okay. Now, Say for example, this is the organization, okay, and as I said, people will be here, 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 say different systems. Just think it can be a router, firewall, or anything. We're just how this thing happens, how this thing works. Okay, so let's take. I need somewhere all of these guys to monitor means what I can monitor. Okay, I can actually monitor the systems, each and every individual system. Okay, by sending the logs of these machines. What is meant by a log? What is meant by a log? Log is nothing but the action on this particular thing. Now I have launched this notepad, paint, and before to that I have launched, what do you say, some Blue Jeans app. Then sometime before I launched Telegram. Okay, then I have the marker and I'm doing something. Okay, so every event, whatever I do, okay, in my system, a location, uh, a location, whatever I do, they are getting recorded. They are getting recorded. That is called as the action I perform, okay, is nothing but an event. Okay, an event. So why it is required? It is like to keep record of what a person is doing on a system. Okay, it is provided by the operating system. This Windows operating system provided this event viewer, means like the event. See, if I am doing something, any application related aspects, like if I launch any calculator, okay, I'll see. Okay, or if I launch any command prompt, okay, CMD, okay, if I launch any CMD, right, okay, if I launch any command prompt, okay, for everything, one log event will get created like this and getting stored in that particular machine, okay, in this particular my machine. Okay, now what I'll do is, as long as it is just lying down here, okay, then it is not useful for me. Okay, what operation I'm doing, what I'll do is I'll be sending these logs, means not me, my organization take a decision and it will install some software on my machine. Okay, and what it does is it will send those logs, whatever you are seeing, different logs. Okay, once if you try to log in and log out, that will be recorded over here, like successfully log in, successfully logged out. Okay, see log off and all. Okay, all these are nothing but events. See log on, since I might have restarted the machine and it might have asked me to log in. Okay, and there will be account management change. I might have changed some account related information in my Windows machine, like going to the account settings. You might be seeing, right? Account settings, account settings. Okay, manage your account user account, like creating a user. All these things you are seeing it every day. You can go and see it every day, like if you are changing some account type or something, that manage account. All these things are nothing but some changes, whatever they see. I have total 3 accounts. If I want, I can add a new account. Okay, someone. So that time, this whatever I have added a new account will be actually getting updated over here in security events. Okay, something which if you are not understanding this, what are these numbers and all, just ignore them. No need to understand. Just remember everything, whatever you perform. Okay, like setup means like you are installing or updating your operating system. All that logs are stays getting stored in setup. And system means like you people might know there is something called as Windows machines. If you are using something like after you install, you'll be able to see some DLLs. Okay, and registries. Okay, uh, registries. Yeah, I don't know where. I mean, like how to get it. Okay, you will be getting it in the C doc. C, if you go to the C programs, C. Okay, Windows. Okay, if you go here, you will see all different kinds of the files, DLLs, registries, and what do you say? these are like core of the operating system. Okay, so we don't require to learn about anything about them, but we'll see it later to an extent whatever it is required. Everything, whatever the action you perform, the logs are getting recorded over here. It might be for a Windows machine here, Linux machine in some other location, Mac in some other location, but it is a standard for any operating system. If a user performs some action in his machine, that to be recorded. Why? Because it's like when they are delivering the operating system to to the companies when they have to buy, means without this software, whichever it is, some people they don't buy it because what their employees are doing, they want to know what's happened with their with that machine, they want to know. Okay, so for that reason, you take normal machine like my machine, or you take any organization machine, anything, you will have this software by default. So they have given started giving the defaultly this software. This is called as Windows Event Viewer for Windows. Okay, I mean Event Viewer for Windows. Some syslog for what do you say, for Linux machines. We are least bothered about them now, but our story starts here that every machine, whether Windows, Linux, or if it is a router, or if it is a what do you say, firewall, or if it is anything, we'll see what are those things. But any device in an organization or at your home, okay, they are collecting the logs. But now we are more of a perspective from the organization, right? So those logs will be sent to the this particular one centralized location. One centralized location. It is nothing but some database. Okay, it is nothing but some database. You consider it as some database only. No need to worry about it. Okay, as of now, you consider some database. Okay, all the logs are sent to this location and they will get stored. Now you have some very good huge amount of information. Okay, now for any information for you to write and access this data, okay, all the things you require, like to get the Google, all the web pages, whatever you want, what you are doing, you are entering something in the search, correct, right? So the same thing you have to apply here. Okay, you have to write some searching. Okay, and you have to write some query like whatever you write in the Google, and try connecting with the Google database, like same way here this log database. Okay, and get that results and display it on your screen. This is the main objective, okay, of anything. So the database, the database whatever you have is providing for you to take like which logs you want. You can filter them out and it will give you whatever the query you give. Say give me all failed login attempts from this machine. Okay, so and so machine, so it will ask this query. Okay, then it will provide you the result after searching here, and which and all failed logins are there from this particular machine. Okay, all are already stored here, so just it will give you display, and it will like sometime 10 minutes before he has for failed login, then after that 30 minutes before failed login, 20 minutes before failed login, like that it will give. So go on, it will go on like that. But instead of that, what if we have some timestamp? Which time duration you need? This means if you tell them that particular search thing, that timestamp, give me from morning 9 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock, say for example, or give me last 15 minutes, or give me last 30 minutes, or you give me like last, like from this particular date, say for example 17 09 2022 19 how many times this user has actually failed login. So that kind of thing if you give immediately, that will also give you a result on this particular screen of your screen. Okay, so for this you need to use some software. This entire thing is one in one package, like collecting the logs and writing the query and seeing those reports is called as, this is activity is called as SOC activity, but this will be taken care by some analytical tools. So you are the person who is doing this analysis, correct, right? So that's why cyber security you will be called a cybersecurity analyst. Now, did you get why I'm saying you are the cybersecurity analyst? Because you are doing analytics work on the data and trying to identify the threats, okay, by looking, writing the queries and getting this data and trying to identify what went wrong and what went right. All those things you are making, concluding some decisions. Okay, so that's why you are called as cybersecurity analyst. Okay, so now with all this, definitely you need some tool, like you are doing all these things, but you should have a choice of some tools to be used, like which kind of database you use, which kind of search engine you use, which kind of um, UI displaying technology you use. All those things you will be using. But for me, like even if you want, you can use Oracle or other softwares also, but they are not useful for us when it comes to the scalability.
Hi,
Organization. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
hi Raghav. Sorry to interrupt you. Can I ask a
Yeah,
question in between?
yeah, no issues. You can ask.
Yeah. So you said you showed us the details like the event viewer. I could get like it is most about having the logs from the devices or the machines we are using, and
Yeah,
we analyze it, and we are called a cybersecurity analyst. So what is the
correct.
difference between the cybersecurity analyst as a SOC and a SOC engineer?
Okay, see, if I have, say, for example, only for this specific particular team, okay, I know how to dig the data, and if I know how to, what do you say, uh, represent what's happening with my systems, okay, from the security point of view, every person who is having that particular knowledge is called as cybersecurity analyst. Either he is working in SOC or anything. Say, for example, if your company is having some sort of mechanism in place that to take care of users like logins, logouts, and say, for example, say Active Directory, like your Active Directory means all from one location, one server, where they will be providing user accounts and everything from one location. Okay, like if a new employee joins, okay, what they will do, example, they'll be creating a new account for this particular user, right? Okay, so all those operations and when they are logging in and when they are logging out, okay, and what kind of privileges you'll be driving everything through, say, for example, from Active Directory. So now, even though you have the SOC or anything, whether you have it or not, this particular team requires some analyst. Okay, who wants to take care of like what is the trend of their logins, okay, what is the trend of their uh, failed logins, okay, um, during which times they are getting the peak hours, okay, and they would like to also get to know about, say, for example, current status of new login request, which like how many people are joining, so that kind of status, okay, and uh, using this kind of things, they will do some analytics, okay, that privilege escalation related, like privilege escalation means like you have the normal login credentials, okay, some of the user might be like have got immediately some without anyone's concern or someone's within the organization itself, someone might have provided him some privilege requests like from admin privileges or something they might have given to him. So who and all have got them like within this 24 hours, okay, that kind of analytics to the team, they will be like provided by a cybersecurity analyst to him, okay. Some people they will be keeping, so if they are not having some environment, okay, or still if the company they have their budget allows for these teams, they can keep a separate cyber security analyst in their team, but that guy is a part of SOC team. No, SOC is here, correct, right? Okay, so who are having this knowledge, okay, can actually work here as well, right, in SOC team also, because the similar kind of dashboard, similar kind of what do you say, analytical work, similar kind of what do you say, cyber security threat detection scenarios, you can write it from here. But here, holistically, you will be writing the scenarios in a such a way that what's happening with your entire organization, what's happening to my firewalls, what happening to firewall means this can be a firewall which is within your network in Bangalore office, or it can be okay, which is say somewhere in US, but all the logs will be sent to this particular database only. You'll be having multiple systems here. Okay. This analyst might be someone who will be taking care of this particular office related activity only. Who has that question? May I know? Abhishek or someone
Uh,
who has that?
it's me, Avinash.
Yeah, Avinash, is it clear now? What is the little difference in between?
Yeah, because I was having an idea that I mean, it was having the same purpose of work, maybe the name was given as a difference.
No, 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 no. See, that's a problem. Uh, SOC means when the cyber security analyst is working on SOC, he'll be called as security operations analyst. Okay, but his main predominant role is cyber security analyst. He can be, if you let me show you something like go to the Google Jobs, Google Jobs. Okay, okay, mm, cyber. I'll tell you. Some companies requirements, okay, are specific, but some of them are like they should know those. You and your tool and their tool might be the same, okay. But if you see here, what he's telling, you should know the Bub suit, Nmap, NESAS, Metasploit, okay. Have to coordinate with the customer to resolve any technical issues. You saw this. What is this guy's role? He's a cyber security specialist. It is okay. Cyber security analyst we need. Okay, cyber security.
I think
Uh,
those tools are mostly used for vulnerability assessment, right?
yes, that is assessment. And don't think like that they will be going to use it. Yeah, we are also going to use that. Okay, sometimes. Why? Because you have to false positives. You have to validate means sometimes it requires for you to understand what is happening with the logs. Okay, so you'll be monitoring them. Okay, so cybersecurity analyst, if you see this, okay, uh, see network engineering team, he's telling. Okay, he's a cyber security. Okay, but network security teams he's called, and it is not only that. What do you say? Uh, the role that is only to the SOC or somewhere he has mentioned. No, it depends upon wherever it is required. Some firewall team or someone they will take advantage of this guy and they will be like creating the dashboards and there within the team. Okay, and then so the thing you have to remember. See, these are cybersecurity analyst. This is security analyst. Okay, and let me IT security analyst means like this is also something, and you take this is a firewall. So cyber security. Okay. So this take this. This is the one which I was telling you. So these guys are predominantly working for the firewall. As I said, the one example, right? So what's happening with their systems like Active Directory? You can have one guy who is actually continuously supporting from your side to check what is happening with the firewall, like rules, filters, okay, and the configurations currently, what is their status. They'll be monitoring. Firewall team will also require one or two guys because you cannot completely rely on SOC. Okay, so some companies, if they have deep pocket, definitely they are going to, what do you say, buy a resource internally from externally and keep track of their own activities in their whichever way. They might not be liking the way that SOC really works because SOC is holistically different way. I'll tell one example from my side itself. Okay, what's my experience? Okay, see, I work for a leading bank. Okay, so what my challenging thing is like, um, this is the some specific application server. login server. This is actually some authentication server. Someone is trying to log in from the internet. Okay. It can be like it's a tier one bank. I'll be getting millions of users per second requests. Okay. I have somewhere SOC's team sitting in Singapore. Okay. Something. Okay. I'm just giving. And the traffic is coming. Okay. And I have the same authentication servers here, multiple things. Okay. The logs which are coming here goes to the firewall to that application server they are going. I mean, like authentication login servers they are going. Okay. Now the SOC, whatever it is there, is monitoring all the devices. Okay. And they are doing their work job from their perspective extraordinarily. Okay. But for me, what we have done is we have installed one more small hardware, which is these logs, these guys also monitor, but predominantly for our sake, which detects the anomalies, means like the traffic which are having some kind of suspicious. Is it that this tool actually, whatever we have bought, detects in such a way that whether the request whoever has sent from the internet, whether this guy is a machine, okay, or manual request, means like he has really opened that www.bank.com, okay, and then he clicked on enter and he has sent it, or he is using some software, some command line software or some software installed. Okay, some software is actually generated this request. Okay, so that intelligence is there for this particular tool to detect, because imagine if someone is having from the black market my bank's related some 1 million records. If he gets some username and some passwords, if it is already exposed, okay, then he creates some login scripts, okay, and if he is sending something from here to here, okay, he might be like very good guy with intelligent in such a way that he's not sending all at bulk at once. Maybe like he is using, okay, 10,000 machines throughout the world which are compromised using someone giving some fake like torrent files which you install some software like video editing software or something. He has kept some small piece of code which works for him, okay, without knowing to you guys, okay, means like these asset owners. So he'll send this software, whatever it is there, to them internally, and they'll be working on behalf of him. So these guys from 10,000 machines, they are sending the request slowly, maybe like every minute once or something, which our systems which fails to detect, these routers, firewalls, they fail to detect. So this will identify such type of traffic also. So now, even though SOC is there, they are monitoring from their perspective. These requires to be specially analyzed by these logs will be analyzed by us. Say for example, so I am a cyber security analyst which takes care of my authentication server login requests. Okay, how many of them are automation requests? How many of them are genuine requests? How many of them are actually what do you say, received by from Android devices? How many of them are received from a iPhone devices? These kind of things I will do. Okay, so if an attacker is actually cracked some software, means or some my app whichever I have given it to, into the market, so I'll come to know which version it is, so that he'll be trying mail, most file logins are happening to through there or something like that. So being a cyber security analyst, I'm trying to analyze what's happening with my login requests. Okay, but holistically, same way firewall also will be like from vendor side or from the team side, they might be creating their own dashboards. Okay, you need some people who are like analytical knowledge should be able to help them out in creating some different kinds of dashboards. Okay, but SOC, definitely the people who are having this knowledge, they'll be called as SOC analyst. They only will be called as SOC analyst. Okay, but it is not like only the SOC analyst are called as only cybersecurity analysts are only SOC analysts. It is not like that. The cybersecurity analyst who and all are having cybersecurity skills, everyone are called as SOC analyst. Okay, but uh, it is like yours is the micro level. This is a holistic bigger level. Okay. Is this clear for every one of you? Is this clear, guys? Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now it is clear, right? Thank you. So let us see our, okay. So, yeah, then where we have Sylvia, is it clear for you till now, whatever we discussed? Sylvia, is it clear? Okay, you are on mute, looks like. Okay. Dasta, is it clear till now?
Yeah, it's clear, Goya. No problem.
Okay, Srikant? Okay, next. Samdani, is it
Yeah,
clear?
yes, clear.
Okay, that's what I wanted. So, Bhuma, because you people are very new to this, is it clear? Bhuma and Sanjeev.
Yeah, Raghav.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay, fine, fine, fine. So, Avinash,
Yeah,
Abhi,
I'm clear.
you
Yeah,
are
I'm
clear,
clear.
right? Okay.
Yes, yes.
So Mallikarjun also, it's very clear, or you want me to explain something?
Good, sir. Good, sir.
Okay, fine, fantastic. Let us move. Okay. So I'll do one thing, guys. Now, what is it? 10:30, right? Okay. After another 20 minutes, we'll take a break. Okay. So maybe 15 minutes. Again, 1.5 hour, we'll try to cover it. Again, we'll take some break, and half an hour or something, we'll cover it. Okay. That way, it is okay for you guys, right? Okay. Because we are using weekends means we'll have you have to like we'll take 10, 15 minutes or complete 4 to 5 hours. You cannot sit. So in between 15 to 20 minutes, we'll take some breaks. Okay. Okay, let's get back to our things. Okay. So now this is, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, I'm agreed with that. We should take breaks some between so that we can also digest something and understand that.
Yes,
But
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, go
but
ahead.
I would also like to that to make this our this training more exciting. If you could, I mean, not now, maybe after some time, you could try to show some of those logs in the real world, how we are tracking it, how we are examining.
Yes, yes. See, third week and all, this first 2 weeks, I'll be showing you like Wireshark. We'll be learning everything about them. First basics, because I don't want to put any confusion on very new people. Like we should not burden them. Okay. But yes, definitely you are going to learn the logs maybe morning itself. Today, I'll be showing the practical things, but you guys make sure install some software that is called as Wireshark software in all your machines so that you can play around with a lot of things. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I'll show you today practically a lot of things I'll be showing.
Thank you.
Okay, tomorrow it will be more predominantly like on in depth. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so now this is totally a different thing. Like the SOC is required for you to monitor the logs of the entire organization. That's what we have concluded right now. You tell me one thing, okay? If it is a SOC environment, okay, uh, there should be some kind of tools we should be using, correct, right? For doing this searching, as I said, all these comes under one bucket. Okay, one kind of software you can use. Okay, so I'll tell few of the analytical software. People they say it as some kind of. Let me show you here in the new tab. Okay, let us see here. Okay. Mm, yeah. Okay. So what all activities we are doing inside? We are actually storing the database. We are storing the logs, right? Correct, right? Okay. So let us store the logs from all the systems. Okay. Just what will be there in the SOC environment. That's what I'm just putting it. The log should be stored in one database. Okay. This is called as database. In our college days or somewhere, if you are not aware, we used to see the database like this. Okay. some database. Okay, and what and all it is required? Definitely these things you have to remember. Some like Google kind of searching thing it requires, right? So that is called as search engine. Google search engine, we say, right? Same thing. Search engine. Okay. And then what you have? You have to create reports and dashboards. Reports means, hey, today from morning, all my systems are behaving like this. These many login attempts have happened. These many, what do you say, malware attack happened. Okay, these many times these bloody Chinese and North Korean guys are actually try to log into our systems. Okay, they try to access our web server. Okay, so those report you are creating and sending it to your management or your partners, means some of your IT teams. Okay, for them that is called as reporting. Okay, so you are wherever you are monitoring directly live. Okay, as I've showed you some big screens, right? Those are called as dashboards. Okay, and this is a reporting, as I said, like the mail will be sent in a PDF or Excel or something. Okay, and one more thing is, yes, this is good. You are seeing the board and you are sending the reports. Everything is fine. Okay, but there is something called as alert engine. Alert engine. Okay, what is this alert engine? Alert engine, like if it tells that excellent boss, okay, if any of the logs in the database, if some person, say for example, 5 times, if he does any login attempt, failed login attempt, just remember that failed login attempt. So this is my system. Okay. Okay. Here I'll write. I don't want to mess that up. Okay. This is my system. Now, every time I do failed login attempt, the log will be generated and it will be sent to the Splunk, I mean like some database. Okay. Some database it will be stored. Okay. Now you have the dashboards. Someone actually did failed login attempt. For one login attempt, it doesn't display here because you are looking at something at graphs, bigger level things. Okay. It's very hard for you, but you will be seeing what is happening with my current server login request, total login request, how many of them. Somewhere one failed login is here, somewhere in red, some line. Okay, that and all you won't monitor. Okay, so dashboards and all will give you the higher level, but to make you, okay, say for example, as soon as someone uses your credential and tries to log in, you will definitely receive a mail in your Gmail, right? Saying that login attempt. Okay. Oh, yes, somewhere. Yeah, someone like where it went. Google failed login attempt. Okay, say for example, this only. Someone has actually tried to log in. Okay, so this actually tells that okay, someone tried to log in into my system. It is alert for you. Okay, but if it is failed login attempt, okay, it will be like here, some event stored here. In a bigger dashboard, it might be showing in a pictorial representation, which for either you or me, it is not anything significance. But I have written a rule in my engine, alert engine. Some small software is any software is there in this particular tool itself that if this particular login, if any system, if login attempt is failed, so for example, login attempt is failed for 5 times, okay, for 5 times. Give me a second, guys. Power is lost. Let me connect my UPS to other source. Okay. Okay. Now, if someone does failed login attempt, okay, so raise an alert like that, it is there. Okay. Now this will be continuously checking the logs. all the time. Okay. First one, every event, whatever it is there, first it will check list of alert rules will be there. Login attempt to fail, firewall login attempt, server login attempt, okay, Windows server login attempt, okay. If the traffic reaches like 70% within 1 hour, like say for example, this is morning 6 o'clock, it will start like this, and 1 o'clock it is like this, okay. Usually, and evening by the time 6 o'clock it will end up like this. So this is your usual regular pattern. If you are come to know that if any login attempts the deviation is 30% means like this, okay, and then if it cut means there is some change in the graph, means the traffic is increased more than 30%, okay, or 30%, you please let me know. For that also you have written some alerts. These things we are going to write, don't worry about anything, I'm just giving some examples, okay, something, okay. For that also you have created all different kind of alerts, okay, for everything, okay, because that is a main thing, because you have to be more proactive. Instead of some attack happens and then you're coming to know, before some attack is going on or before it happens, you should be able to go and contain it, okay. So these kind of rules you have written, these things, every event log whichever reaches the database, right, first you will check any one of these things will get satisfied or not. Okay, so for example, failed login attempts of the Windows machines, of any machine, any Windows machine, failed login attempts of any Linux machine, failed login attempts of any firewall, failed login attempt of any router, switch, okay, or malware, antivirus, what do you say, alert from the antivirus management server, okay, means someone has clicked on and the virus software which is there in that machine has actually triggered an alert, okay. So these kind of rules you have created, whatever the every event it requires, right, it sends any machine, okay, different machines are sending the logs, right, these machines, and routers are also here, are sending here, some firewalls are also sending here. So whenever each and every log when it comes, checks any of these condition gets satisfied or not. Say for example, as I said, this is a failed login attempt. So somewhere here it is their failed login. Okay. First in the database, first, is it a failed login? No, 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 no. Yeah, it is a failed login. Yes, failed login, it is satisfied of a Windows machine. And here also it says Windows machine. What it will do is it directly won't raise an alert. Checks the condition. How many failed login attempts? 5 failed login attempts it is. Okay. So first it will count the first one. Waits for some more time. If the user enters one more time failed login attempts, okay, 2, and user enters 3, because the event comes here, right? So 3 times he has done. If it is something like 5 times failed login attempts within 1 minute, means like you are kept some time range answer within 1 minute, 5 times if the failed login attempt happens, then immediately this alert will generate, okay, from here, from this alert engine, and here you have written some to whom and all mail has to be sent. Mail list will also be there in this particular record, okay. So and mail list will be sent to some all the people who are required to attend this particular thing, okay, this event, whatever this, when some like failed login attempts, means like usually SOC team will receive one alert, okay, and also whichever this Windows directory, Active Directory holding, right, for them also it will go an alert, but you will do investigation, okay. But usually for avoiding the false positive, usually for the L1, I mean like first analysis during that time you don't put it, but when you create, if you identified that first you will check whether the user is active or not, okay, and whether that user physically is available or not. So you might be trying to ping him directly or trying to contact him on his mobile, or you will come to know about whether he's really in the office or not, okay. So these kind of steps you'll be taking care, okay. So then you will be coming to know that if really user is not there, means how someone has actually tried to log in attempt on his machine, okay. without intimating the actual user, or someone like through network, if it is connected through some router, and if we try to access this particular machine, some attacker means like from this particular system, the logs are coming from some other system, because this system it will go to the router and it will go right. So login request came from which system? Okay, from here. Okay, what is like who was there on that system? Does this system is also compromised? That kind of chain of reactions you'll be analyzing, and you will be updating it in some report and send. But this alert, whatever it is generated here, is because of this alert engine. So any SOC related things, these are the important things required as base. So for that, for me, to be frank, I will get all these things within one software that is called as Splunk. Okay, so we'll be working on Splunk. Okay, and what happened is the Splunk is an analytical tool. Okay, analytical tool. Okay, so Splunk will have database and it stores something called as an index. Okay, so in index means like all indexes will be there, indexers will be there, like bucket of like these are the firewall logs. Okay, these are the I'll explain them once we get into the SOC, but here all the logs will be getting stored. Okay, to get the logs, you want to search anything, you have to write some query here in search engine. Okay, and using the search engine you can create the dashboards and reports. Okay, but for make this tool more proactive, you need some alert engine, and this alert engine will help you in like identifying the incoming logs from the external systems in real time and correlating them whether they belongs to you or not. Okay, means like some of the alert, whatever you have the list, right? If any one of these particular thing is getting correlated or not. Okay, if it is getting correlated means like 5 out of 5 times, then it will send a mail to the concerned persons. Okay, and also it will display on the Splunk UI screen also, like wherever the users are using, right? From there also you can see in the top, like you'll be seeing here, like if I say my YouTube, I can see. Okay, let me go here to show you what kind of, yeah, you see, right? So some two notification alerts kind of things. This is like this also you'll see in the Splunk. Okay, just remember that these are the different things that are components are available. For me, all these things are satisfied by Splunk, and it is very open source. And the main advantage of is I can play around with these logs in my Splunk. Okay, so that is the only reason why I chose Splunk. I can use other free softwares like available and other commercial softwares which are for trial versions are available, but I don't want to use them. I want to use this because of its like flexibility that gives to me to make you guys to understand the logs in a more deeper way, to understand all these things in a more deeper way, because even you can also use them in a proper understandable way. Okay, fine, let us see. Okay, so and this is called as a tool. Okay, so that's why I am using for this analytical tool, we call it as I call it as I use Splunk, and there is some other naming convention for this thing
I
that
got
is
a
called
question.
as,
Sorry,
yeah,
Raghav. Second to
yeah,
interrupt.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I couldn't understand a bit on that correlation part.
Okay, yeah, see, correlation means like you have the what do you say, uh, you have one particular event got triggered, correct, right? From whatever you have received. Failed login attempt means here also somewhere it is written the failed login attempt from a Windows machine. Here also you have told that log is from the Windows server, Windows some machine. Okay, so that particular part is pretty matches, but it alert when it has to be triggered is like it has to have some correlation to be satisfied. That means like some conditions to be satisfied. Like I need within 1 minute of time, 5 times if the login attempt gets failed, that is complete alert satisfaction. That is complete correlation satisfaction. Got it right? They're correlated. The first event is correlated with the second event, correct, right? and second event is also correlated to the third event. So five events are related to the same thing, or all five login attempts from the same machine. Okay, and all of them within the 1 minute, so they are correlated. Okay, that's why it is called as correlated. The first event is related to the second event is related to the third event, and we are just knowing that within one event, 1 minute, I found five failed login attempts. That's why, yes, it is, my correlation is triggered now. Okay, and it is like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it stops at 5, that yes, the complete correlation is satisfied now. I'll be sending alert to the SOC team. Is it clear? You want me to explain in a different way?
You mean to say that we have a set of rules for those failed login attempts, and the rules matches
Yes,
with.
yes. Yeah, no, different alerts, different. Yeah, you can say it like for Windows, one failed login attempt, one, I mean, like one role correlation rule. You have Active Directory, you might be having like login attempt, there might be some different correlation rule. Say firewall login attempt, there might be total different. If there is some antivirus software, there is someone has clicked it and like signature. What do you say, match alert is there, like means some antivirus is actually software is identified someone has clicked on malware. For that, some alert will go to you will be, it'll be received by you. Okay, so for that, one I mean, like one rule is there, one alert is there. Okay, so but alerts, when they are going to send the mails, means after certain meeting certain condition, means like I'll be there sitting here now. I'll just do Control Alt Del, and I, by mistake, I might have Office login sometime. And now I'm using my machine, personal machine. Uh, so when I enter username and password, I might have used my Office username and password. Okay, while logging in. So that doesn't mean that I'm a wrong person, right? Correct, right? I'm the genuine person. By mistake, same time, second time also, I have tried to log in, but I forgot. I was still in that state of Office mindset, and I used the same username and password of the Office. Then second time also, my personal laptop throwed me an error. Okay, now after 3 or 4 attempts, what happens? Okay, the correlation is receiving the logs. Okay, if it is like, just remember the correlation. I mean, like the alert engine will be receiving the logs. First attempt it received, but the correlation is activated. Correlation is activated means first log, this rule satisfied, first count. Second login attempt satisfied. Second satisfied. Third satisfied. Fourth satisfied. Fifth also satisfied. Now the correlation is completed. Within 1 minute, 5 times it happened. Now trigger a mail to the all the subscribers. You will get more understanding on this when I show it on the screen. Okay, I will show it. Okay, don't worry about that. You are creating a lot of correlation rules, alerts, everything you will create. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, yes. I just got to
Okay.
know in short like that we have a common identifier, that is the correlation part.
Yes. For every alert, you'll have a correlation you have written. Okay. Which condition has to satisfy to get this alert? So, for example, antivirus. Antivirus, is it okay for you like five antivirus, five softwares, malwares to get it affected? Till that time, will you wait? No. Anytime if one antivirus, sorry, one virus, if it is trying someone trying to install it on your machine, even one antivirus, if it is detected, or some malware is detected, that will trigger an alert immediately. One event is enough, telling that so and so mission, so and so malware alert. Okay, so that is what then you further proceed. So for few of them, correlation rule, it is only for one event. For few events, correlation rule, it will be for five logins. And as I said, for few events, it will be like the scaling, like for event like 30% of increase in the traffic. Okay, means like 30%. Like usually you'll have 10 login attempts per minute. So if you are getting, say for example, 14 events, so if there is like a 40% increase, okay, so you will be telling that okay, there is some increase if it is continuously, okay, maintained for 1 hour, okay, like then I will say that definitely some problem is there. Someone is trying to send some fake login requests or something like that. You got it right? Okay, so there my correlation is like duration with the number of logins per minute. Maybe that it is like increasing for 30% over the period of 1 hour. Okay, you will come to know about these things. Just remember, correlation means you have already written the rules for that. When if a trigger, it should raise an alert for that particular purpose. What are the different things you will be creating? Just as you guys are going to work on this, so I'm giving base some knowledge for you guys to attempt it. Okay, so for that, are you clear to certain extent, right?
Yes.
Okay, now. So this entire part nowadays they call it as a SIM, okay, but it is to be frank, security incident and event management, okay, okay. So security incident and event management means maybe they have something called as incident handling. Some part is also included, okay. Incident handling means once after you get an alert, what you are going to do, everything like raising the ticket, all those things are also included. Splunk, you don't have that much excellent. You have, but not excellent kind of. What do you say? This thing, instant handling thing. But we are going to use some other third-party tool app installing on this Splunk for all these purposes. No need to worry. But market, this entire thing is called as you have to install an app here in Splunk. But whereas for other SIM tools, okay, SIM tool means this entire thing is analytical thing is just Splunk I'm using example, but it will have some incident handling, some software is also integrated in it. That entire thing is called as SIM, security, incident and event management. Security, incident and event management. Okay. Why I said event management means my all events are coming and getting stored here in the database, right? So that I'm managing, I'm creating, I'm searching, I'm creating the dashboards, I'm doing alerts, and along with that, spellings, guys, bear with me. I'm very bad at spellings. Okay, this is incident handling, so that's why you call it as incident handling. So these are two parts actually. Okay, so now SIM, you can use Splunk as a SIM as well, even though it is an analytical tool. Okay, and who else others are there in the market? I would like to know about them. Okay, you also have some other software companies called as QRadar, okay, ArcSight, okay, okay, and ESM. What is that? Microsoft McAfee ESM, okay, Enterprise Security Manager, okay. So then what else you have? McAfee SIM, they say McAfee SIM, but the part is uh, McAfee. Okay. Then what else we have? Logarithm. I'm bad at. I'm again telling logarithm. Okay. Then you have RSA, uh, net witness. Okay. What else you have? You have um, net witness. Um, okay, SolarWind. Okay, there is one company, Solar. These guys are actually developed this softwares for security as a perspective. Uh, Let us will see what is the difference here means. Here everything you have to do, everything some security related predefined correlation rules, alerts, everything you have to create on your own in Splunk. That's why I choose because even if you go to a new organization, if they ask you to create a complete SOC implementation, okay, so provided if they are giving any administrator Splunk admin, if they are providing you to you, you can create on your own everything now. But admin part we are not going to discuss. It is kind of like DB admin, kind of application servers admin, that kind of activity. But I'm not teaching that. I'm not expert in that as well. Okay, admin part, it is like kind of it's more of a cyber security job. It's more of administrator job. So I'm not expert in that. So, but to an extent, to set up our labs, to use those logs for us. Uh, so till that extent, yeah, I can help you guys out. We are creating our own labs, right? So definitely, um, we are going to use them. Okay, okay, that's
Oh, yes.
fantastic. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, so now we are whatever we are discussing about this is Windows, and how about other operating systems
Yeah, you
like
can
Windows?
actually create. I can help you with if you are having some Linux operating system. Just ping me. We'll try to set it up. It's the
No,
same
no.
thing.
Actually, if the logs are generating from the Linux server,
No, no, no. We are not. I'm just giving this thing for an example. Okay, Windows is an example. We are going to check each and every log source later
oh,
point of time. Okay,
oh,
now I'm given. I didn't even say that Windows event IDs, all those things I haven't said. So that's the reason I don't want to bring like I just tell that there is something called as for Linux syslogs will be there, a folder where all the logs get stored. Okay, unlike you have a software here, syslog is also a protocol which collects the logs from various applications and stores it in its database. Its database means some folder. Okay. Syslog is also a protocol. Windows Viewer is also some kind of software. Okay. Same you have something called as syslog in Linux. Okay. They will get stored. Definitely, we are going to go through them. But now our objective first thing is like to be more strong with the basics, right? But before to that, what and all it will be there in the SIM and all, SOC and all. You should know them. Okay, at least as a higher level. Okay, maybe sometimes when we are referring few things, okay, you can easily can recollect these things. Okay, so that is the reason only why I'm explaining you guys. So so these are like different kind of softwares that are available. Softwares in the analytical tools only I can say at the end, but which is having like better instant handling capabilities. Instant handling means that they just like like service now integration and all these things properly gets works with this all these things like Jira integration. Jira means like aftermath whatever it happens, like writing them for communication, right? That kind of tools. It's not like it doesn't do any kind of analysis for you or something, but to have a better communication management between the SOC and other teams, like whoever, like with the IT management team, I want to communicate once this thing happens. This incident handling management tool will help us, sir. Okay, so security incident and event management. Okay, incident means like it can be like analyzing the logs from here and everything, and event means like storing the logs for the sake of for your own purpose. Okay, let's see. These are the different companies. QRadar is from IBM. Okay, QRadar is from IBM. Splunk is directly from Splunk. Okay, no need to worry about it. Okay, yeah. ArcSight is from Micro Focus. Micro Focus. McAfee is from McAfee only. Logarithm, NetWitness, and the SolarWind is RSA is the company, and they are providing the now it is I think EMC Square has taken it, and that was taken by someone I guess. Okay, and it is the NetWitness is a SIM. Okay, there are different softwares are there, but we'll be using the this particular software SOC. Okay, guys, you asked me any questions till now we have. Like as I said, now we will be going to discuss definitely all the syslogs bit by bit, what is there in the line, why it is triggered, all those things, which and all are required for our SOC. Just remember that, whichever all required, because system generates thousands of logs. Okay, but for us, whatever it is required, that only we are going to learn. Okay, which are some kind of like not required internal logs, we are not going to read them. Security related things we'll focus. System related few logs we'll focus. I will show you guys. Uh, Go here. Windows security. Okay, yeah, this one. This is a very good site. Windows Ultimate ultimatewindowssecurity.com. I'm just giving you for Windows related. Everything is because I was telling about the Windows related things. So that is the reason. Here, if you go here, okay, yeah, select security logs is here. Okay, I forgot. Okay, let me put it over here. Windows, take this. Okay, I will share this link with you guys, everybody. Just save it in your bookmarks. This it'll be like this. I'll be giving lot many links. It'll be useful for you guys. Whenever you want, you can use them for your references. Okay. Pardon me. Okay. Okay, use this. How to use it? It is like I'll say someone 4624 some numbers which are getting generated here, right? Like security. Okay. You see. Here so many logs are there, right? Okay. So many logs we have. Okay. So these are some numbers. Okay. 4634, all these things. Current, right? So now let me check 4634. 4634. Let me check what it is. Some numbers. Some number. A account was logged off. Means I might have logged off sometime before this class. Okay. So that it tells us some information. Okay. So we are going to see all those things, everything. Okay. So that you need not to worry about anything like you are going to miss or anything. In this way, we are going to like which logs, events to be, we have to focus, which events it is not required to focus. We can ignore them. Okay. So for creating dashboards, what events we have to use. Some for Windows, one example I'm telling, but the same thing, firewall also you have to go through some logs and create some queries and then create some dashboards. All those things we'll be doing. Okay. So let's, with that context, let me put it over here. Let's see. So I think this is fair enough of information that what we are going to learn and how we are going to learn. Today, let us, from today onwards itself, let us start because it's now 11 o'clock. Okay. So from today onwards, let us start with some basics of networking and then slowly we move into by next week, by tomorrow, end of the day, let us finish all the basics related to networks. Okay. So shall we take a break now? Because it's almost 11 o'clock. Shall we? How many of you guys are ready for the break? Guys, ping me back here on the screen.
Yes, we can.
We can, right? Okay. So I know that many of you are didn't had any breakfast or something like that. Take 20 minutes break. That's not an issue. Okay. Is it okay? Yes. Okay. We'll be meeting at 10:40, somewhere around that particular time. Okay. Sorry, 11:20. Okay, somewhere around that time. Okay. Let's stop recording. Once we are back, then we will have the recording get started.